Welcome back to 6 News at 5. Time to take a look at your weather. And this week, we're in what I like to call the shampoo bottle forecasts. And what I mean by that is basically from one day to the next, it's rinse and repeat. Temperatures basically right where they were yesterday, still seeing those northeasterly winds in effect across the area. And of course, it's dry. I'm talking about the humidity, not the obvious lack of rain. Again, it's feeling more dry out there, which means this is a little bit more of a tolerable 98 to 100 across the area. Of course, this is where I have to give my reminder that, hey, yeah, we're down 12 degrees from last week, but it's still hot outside. So we still want to make sure we're following all those precautions, limiting outdoor activity, and of course, staying hydrated because, yeah, this looks a lot better than it did last week, but remember, it is still 100 degrees out there. And of course, like I mentioned, the humidity down, of course, so the heat index value is not much to speak of. In fact, you're going to like this when I show it to you here in just a second. But the relative humidity value is 15 to 25% across the area. Very dry air mass in place. And with that, no heat index really to speak of. And with winds at about 5 to 15 miles per hour, take a look at this. It actually feels about a degree or two cooler, a little bit of a wind chill in effect for most of the area. So again, feeling closer to 95 across the area. So yes, more comfortable than last week, but of course, still hot. And with the humidity, again, it's that double-edged sword, right? We get the great feeling air mass, but at the same time, fire danger is still very present. So red flag warning in effect for the rest of today for the Brazos Valley, but for everybody as we head into tomorrow, I don't foresee the values changing all that much. Like I said, shampoo bottle forecast. So again, the Texas A&M Forest Service still has us under that high to very high threat for wildfires starting and spreading throughout the day tomorrow because again, humidity values, much like today, are going to be back into that 15 to 20, 25, maybe up to 30% in a couple of spots tomorrow afternoon. So again, a very dry air mass in place. That's thanks again to those northeast and east winds we've been dealing with here over the last couple of days. As far as your temperatures for tomorrow, once again, I can't say it enough, rinse and repeat. We were at 99, 100 today. We're going to be at 99, 100 tomorrow. So basically the exact same forecast tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine, dry air mass still in place. So we're not going to be dealing with much of a heat index, but I already showed you the map. Still have that fire threat to talk about. And for my astronomy fans, a little something different for tonight. How about a super blue moon? Yes, it's a supermoon. It's also a blue moon. There are two titles going on there. This is going to be the biggest and brightest moon we have in 2023. And the reason for that is because it is going to be the closest point in its orbit to Earth. We call that perigee. So again, make sure you're out there sometime between 8:30 and 9 because that will be the optimal viewing time. Rest of your 7-day forecast, again, rinse and repeat, 99, 100, 101 all the way through the weekend and on into next week. I don't have many changes at all to this forecast. The only thing that I would change about this is I'd put a little bit more rain in there if I had the power to do so. Hopefully we get some rain chances here over the next few weeks or so. That's your weather. We'll be right back.